What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Free Spirit Tarot. I am Poetry. You are here for another tag video. For those of you who have been around me, y'all know I love me a good tag. Okay, and I will tag myself even if nobody has tagged me. And I found a video from a young man named Jack Greenwood Tarot who put out a video. I hit the tag. I didn't see anybody join in on it yet, even though a lot of people who watched the video over the weekend said that they were going to do so. So I will be amongst the company whenever it comes out. There's a couple other tags out there that I thought about getting in on. 10 mass market decks that'll never leave my collection. The Hermit's Cave issued that tag. I decided not to do that one because I don't have 10 mass market decks that I feel that way about. Because it could be a situation like the Ethnic situation where the creator will piss me off and I want to get rid of it. I will buy the deck originally, and then after a while, it just doesn't sing to my soul any longer, and I will get rid of it. I could lose it, child. Anything could happen that I will get rid of a mass market deck. I don't care how much I paid for it. I will get rid of it. So I couldn't do that tag. So I don't have, out of the 75 decks that I own, I don't own that many. I don't have 10 decks that I just absolutely will not get rid of. I have maybe 2. And that's the Everyday Witch Tarot and my Kipper deck. Fin de Sile. I think that's how you pronounce it. I won't get rid of that. Oh, 3. Give me more. Ugh. Is this one it? Nope, not that one. I guess I could have put y'all on pause, but I didn't. Cartine de Libby. I won't get rid of this deck. This one because it is rare, out of print, but I like it so much I bought 2, so I don't plan on ever getting rid of it. I think it's worth like $500 something right now, or that's how much it costs to get one. I haven't worked with a second deck yet, but still. But this one too, I loved it so much that I bought 2, and I've already lost one. So, yeah, I think I might need to buy me another one. And love this deck. So, I have 3 decks that I know without a doubt I plan on never getting rid of. Or if I should happen to get rid of that particular one, I will replace it with the same deck. Okay, so the second tag video that I thought about getting in on was put out by the Whimsy Witch. And it's, if I was a tarot deck, which 10 would I be? I myself have never had that deep of a connection with decks, which I saw myself completely in it. Now, I know I do have a deck that I say I use for myself a lot because I love the color purple. But it's not necessarily that I see myself in the deck. I use Kipper mainly for myself when I do readings for myself. But if I had to do a tarot reading, I usually would use this one. My archetype decks, this one also is, I find a lot of my characteristics, but this was the whole point of this deck is to be a deck about your characteristics, your dark side, your shadow side, your light side, you know, whatever, personality traits. That's what this deck is supposed to be for. So of course I would see a lot of my traits in this deck, but so that's the only 2 reasons. Those are the reasons why I probably won't ever do those 2 tags. Normally what I would do is go to the video, watch the video, look at the questions, and pull out the decks that apply to whatever the questions may be. This time I'm not going to fully do that. I am going to just embrace the process and I'm going to freaking wing it. So I don't know how I ended up on the UK side of the tarot community, but you guys, I'm getting like all of the supporters and making new community friends and bonds with people from the UK. I appreciate you. Thank you for welcoming me. And Jack Greenwood Tarot is of the UK. So I don't recall how I ended up on his channel. I think I was on one of my other people's channels and they had it in their community post to go ahead and watch Jack Greenwood's tag and to do the tag. But I can't remember whose post I saw it on, so I apologize for that. So he has 10 questions. It's basically saying, you know, he spent all day making up this tag. It's called the Tarot Tube Positivity Tag. And the way that he wants to do it, use any deck or multiple decks, and they don't have to relate to the question specifically, but they could, and use these decks to help answer these questions. So basically, you're trying to find positivity in the cards, and you're going to let the cards speak for yourself. So I'm deciding to use the Everyday Enchantment Tarot by Poppy Palin, and the reason why I'm choosing to use this deck is because I don't use it as much as I used to. I'm getting older, child. I'm getting older, and my hand grip is not the same as it used to be. And this is a very large deck. It's very difficult to shuffle. It's huge. And I was like, then why use it? Well, the reason why I'm using it because life can be huge. Life can be very difficult to deal with, but sometimes you just gotta freaking do it. So that's why I'm choosing this deck. And then I'm going to use, and I just dropped the deck. And then I'm going to use my Bharat Major Arcana deck. And that's because usually, like with Major Arcana decks, they kind of give you a full rounded long-term view of the subject matter. And I didn't want it to be, some fly-by-night type of responses to the questions. And then I'm going to use my Kipper deck, the one I normally use for my own personal readings. Give me one moment. Told you this Poppy Palin deck is big and hard to stay in control of. Like my life just spiraling out of control right about now. So I dropped it. And I had to, but I'm still going to use this freaking deck to answer these questions. So you guys are going to go through the questions with me. I'm long-winded. I apologize. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. I welcome anybody to come over here and sit on down. I do tarot readings, but I haven't done a lot of readings lately. I've been working on a project where I am going through all 78 cards of the tarot deck and giving my intuitive interpretation on these decks. I'm currently working on the Fool's Journey. We're on card number 7. You'll see more videos of that pop up later. And it's just like I say, I don't normally use the textbooks or the guidebooks in order to help break down what the card means. I normally look at the images first. If I get stuck, then I'll go over to the guidebooks. So this is just me explaining how I read tarot, and it'll kind of make you, as somebody who watches my channel, understand my vision when I look at these cards. Or if you're an intuitive reader yourself or want to learn how to tap into your intuition, you can see exactly how I'm doing it and maybe able to use some of those tools. I'm also teaching myself Lenormand. I'm also teaching myself that, practicing different like conversations with myself or questions I have about myself, using those cards, trying to get a full understanding how to work that system. And I'm finding that since I use, I don't really normally use guidebooks and textbooks, it's very difficult for me. It's a difficult system for me to try to obtain. So those are two of the main things I'm doing on here on the channel right now. Deck reviews, hauls, they've slowed down a lot, but it's still something to do around this channel, y'all. So again, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff, all the stuff YouTube will tell you. Let's get into this tag. Okay, number 1, how do you deal with negative thoughts or feelings? Answer off the top of your head, then pull a card or multiple cards to see what the message gives. Okay, how do I deal with negative thoughts or feelings? I am explosive. In most cases, when it comes to negative thoughts or feelings, I will tell you how you feel. If I feel like you are the cause for my negative thoughts or feelings, I will speak that into existence as well. I'll tell you exactly what's on my mind. I can be very volatile. I deal with PTSD as a veteran. I deal with PTSD as a Black person, and sometimes I react physical instead of with words, but I am in therapy. So I'm learning how to better cope with my feelings. If I did not react at all, I'm usually isolating myself. And so that way I won't be explosive when it comes to other people. So I have just sat here. I try to shuffle up these cards as best as possible because, again, this deck is huge. I got to like really split it in 4s to try to give me a good idea. What am I supposed to be doing now? I'm supposed to be pulling out a card or multiple cards and see what message the cards say how I deal with my negative thoughts or feelings. First card, King of Wands. Okay, well, this is hilarious to me because I didn't say this, but not using what the message of the King of Wands is, but using this image itself. This person seems to be along a walk. They're people are following them on their journey. It reminds me of Forrest Gump when he was out there running on the road and everybody was behind him cheering on everything. I do this. I walk. That is another way that I let go of negative feelings and thoughts is I get outside and try to walk. Haven't walked a lot because I busted up my ankle a couple years ago that still has not been repaired. But that's what I would normally do. I would get in my car and just go somewhere, and I will meet people that I don't know and just start communicating with them along the way, and have people cheering you on. Have you ever been in the park, just walking in the park, and somebody be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And then you just strike up a conversation like, "How many miles for you today?" Yeah, that's me. That's definitely me. That's definitely me. Okay. All right. Answer off the top of my head, or pull multiple cards to see what the message will give. What are you grateful for at this present moment in life? I have a tendency. I don't want to die. And I know that all people must die, but I'm like one of the people that if you got a sarcophagus to stick me in, put me in that stasis mode, stick me in that until y'all figure out a cure to death. Okay, that's me. So this card is sticking up. The High Priestess is what came up. So what was my question? Off the top of my head, pull a card or multiple cards to see what they give you. What are you grateful for? Insight, intuition. The ability to push through struggle. She looks like she's on the verge of death, but she is like hanging on for dear life. I mean, she will rather suffer, which is me. I would rather be around here when everything ain't all glorified and happy, go joy, just as long as I'm living. I am here. Okay, as Whoopi Goldberg said in The Color Purple at Ceiling, I may be black, I may be poor, I may be ugly, which I don't think I am. I don't think I'm the ugly part. Anyway, y'all know me, I'm kind of vain. But I'm here. That's it. Yep. Okay. I like that. Okay, so answer the question, then pull a card or two. I'm only pulling one card each, y'all, because y'all know I'm long-winded. Answer the question, then pull a card or two and ask what messages do the cards have to say about gratitude? Oh, that's what I just did. Okay, spread some love or joy is the third prompt. Pull a card or multiple cards from any deck, and whatever comes up, put a positive spin on it and send that message out to everyone. So spread some love or joy. And I'm going to pull a card. Pull this one right here. This is the Five of Cups. It's crazy that I got a card that normally seems to be a negative card. This card usually represents grief, sadness, loss. Sometimes it's not necessarily the end of the world when these things happen. Sometimes these things happen so another door or window of opportunity can open up for you. You have to let go of the season that you were in so you can start to grow in a new season. I mentioned this before, probably in another video on another channel. The movie or the TV show Little Fires Everywhere. And there was a scene in that show where the field of grass was burned down. Okay? And the statement I believe that was made was something along the lines, you have to let it burn or watch it burn down. You have to lose everything. You have to set it on fire, burn all the bridges behind you in order for you to go somewhere new or for something new to come up in its place. Okay? Sometimes you got to burn those bridges behind you so the people that have been negative in your life don't follow across. and hinder you from moving forward on your dreams. And that's kind of how I feel. My aunt used to burn grass every year. And I was wondering, why the hell is she setting the grass on fire? She would burn grass every year, and then that next season it comes back more denser, greener, less insects, more beautification. It's just beautiful. And the smell, I love the smell of like rainy grass or fresh cut grass. Yeah, there's a time to grieve. There's a time to be sad, a time to cry. But sometimes that release is needed in order for you to become a newer version of you. That's the joy you have, right? That's probably the only type of death I would want to have. Because I said I'm scared of dying. That's the only type of death I would want to have. It's something that's transformative. A lot of times death is transformative. All right, let's stick that back in there. All right, so number 4. What makes you happy? Cause I'm happy. Music makes me happy. Being around my daughter makes me happy. Talking to you guys, even though I've never really met you, community, makes me happy. Being alone, sometimes it makes me happy. Just want to disconnect from the world just so I could be in love with self. That makes me happy. So those are just a few things that make me happy. Okay, so what am I doing with the happy? What question I was on? Number 4, listen to things that make you happy. Pull a card or more and see what the cards say about bringing more happiness into your life. So I'm going to pick this card right here. 5 of coins. Celebrate your wins. That's a good message for bringing joy into your life. Celebrating your wins. Appreciating what you have coming. Treasuring it. Taking a chance. You know, these are some things that can help bring you happiness into your life. I like that message as well. I like that too. All right, what am I on? How do you treat yourself? As in, what's some of the stuff you do to give yourself a treat? Well, that's almost some of the same things as things that bring me joy in life. Give myself a treat. I love massages, child. Ooh, love me a good massage. I treat myself to a movie, to a concert, to a comedy show, to a meal. I do for self as much as possible. I used to have this day called Tranquil Thursday. I would turn my phone off, had my voicemail on my phone. This is Tranquil Thursday. Leave me the hell alone today because I'm in my bag, okay? I love to eat. Food brings me joy and comfort. Let's see, what else am I doing? I forgot. What stuff do you give yourself a treat? Puzzles, books. I like buying things for myself. That's what it. Other than spending time with my daughter. Bam. What is this card? The 8 of coins. And I don't know the reading reversals anyway. So 8 of coins. Hard work. Resilience. Seeing the fruits of my labor. Making my own way is a good way for me to look at that card too. You know, like I say, I like to do things for self. This person is doing it. This person is typically DIYing right now. He's doing it for self. He's finding out things. Y'all know I fixed my car earlier this year. Found a way to work on my own car. I've been trying to do like handy dandy projects around the house. I think I even mentioned once upon a time that I wanted to join Habitat Help Humanity just so I could learn how to build my own house at the same time while helping others. Yeah, I just like to do stuff for self, and I think that 8 of coins card works well for that. Okay, number 6. What's the next deck you plan to bring into your collection? I'm actually going to insert photos here. Most likely there. After ever spell tarot deck. I don't know what the name of it. I forgot to write the name down. If this was a Kickstarter deck, it's based off of digital drawings. Y'all know I try to stick to like illustrations, artwork. I'm not really a photography type of girl when it comes to tarot cards, but I'll do those anyway. And I want to add that to my deck. Every deck that I'm going to list here costs too much money for me right now. I have to prioritize my life. I did buy one of these 5 that I'm about to mention. The next one is the Odd Little Oracle. Drop some pictures right there or something like that. Odd Little Oracle I found on Etsy. It is the cutest thing. I was hesitant in buying it because it's an AI generated deck. And I contacted the creator, and she explained to me her process about how she came up with the concept of this deck, and what tools she used to help create it. She does not always use AI generated tools, but for this particular one she did. And I appreciated her honesty, her transparency in regards to it. And I just bought the deck probably about 30 minutes ago, y'all. It was $60. I got it on sale. She had a coupon on her Etsy page that brought it down to like 54. So I spent $4 over my limit, because y'all know my limit is $50 on decks. But it's just, it's so cute and whimsical. I can't wait till y'all see it. Moonlight Dream Tarot is another one I want to add to my collection. It's also on Etsy as well. It's like a $70 deck, which is one reason why I don't want to buy it. It's also very blue. Y'all know when I do my deck hauls and reviews, I normally would talk about how some of the decks are just seemingly the same note as far as the color scheme. This one is definitely a blue deck, but y'all know blue and purple are my favorite colors. And something about the artwork on this deck just seems so magical and mystical. I'm praying that the price will go down before it goes up again, because it's such a beautiful tarot deck. I probably would never use it, but I just want it for the art itself. Then the last two are by Trisha James. I have a problem with big head tarot decks. I think I put the images here. Okay. I usually have a problem with tarot cards that have the big head, like the Cupid doll type, although Cupid dolls, they have the big doll head characters. I normally don't like those. I can't read with them. I'm not able to resonate as far as a reading with those cards, but they're beautiful to look at. They are gorgeous to look at. But these two decks by Trish James, they're oracles, so I definitely want them anyway. And one is the Prediction Oracle, and the other one is the Governance Oracle. And I can't remember where I saw these cards at the first time either, but just today, as I was preparing to do this video, I saw the Intuitive Whispers had the Prediction Oracle on her page. And I was like, did I see it her first? I don't remember seeing it on her deck, her channel first. But I saw it there today, and I was like, that's it. Because I couldn't remember the name of it at first. I kept trying to describe it in Google, like the big head dials with the government-ish, because it does with a lot of current events, where there's going to be an uprising or a rebellion type going on. It deals with those type of topics, so I want it. But the decks are $80 fucking bucks. $80 damn dollars. You know what? Out of all of these decks, I could see paying $80 for something that is hand-drawn, painted, or oil painting, illustration. I could see paying $80. But when y'all are using AI to create these decks, there's no fucking way I'm paying over $50 for these decks. Well, I paid $54 for the look, but that was an exception. But other than that, man, I can't pay $80 for no AI generated deck, y'all. I can't. My soul won't let me. Maybe one day in the future it may change, or maybe I see somebody else reselling it and I buy it from them. But child, I want those fucking decks though. If y'all want to buy them for me, I will accept it. I will give y'all my PayPal link. I'll give y'all the link to my Amazon store or whatever. Y'all can buy it for me and then come right to. I would appreciate it if you want to do that. I ain't gonna be mad at you. Let me know. I normally don't put that information down in like the description box because I just don't know. People don't normally buy shit for me. Like, as much as I give to people, it's not reciprocated, so you would think I wouldn't do it. But people don't like you. I'll be on channels and you can see, yeah, I got this gift from such, or they got a mail haul and people just mailing them shit. I don't have that type of personality, evidently. Maybe because I don't fucking ask. Whatever. Okay, anywho, let's move on. I'm not mad about it. What's your unicorn deck or decks? I don't remember what that question is about. What is my unicorn deck or decks? Oh, this was a deck that I didn't think I was gonna like, but I end up liking. Is that correct? Let me check. I'm gonna be right back. Okay, I made a mistake. Prompt 7 is what is my unicorn deck. That is a deck that I wish I could have. Okay, so I want to go back to question 6, which is the next deck that I'm about to bring into my collection, and that would be the odd little oracle because I just bought it. So that should be arriving soon. And then all the other 4 decks that I mentioned, that is my unicorn decks for prompt 7. I'm not going to correct it in the video, but I had to pause and listen to Jack real quick to find out what the heck he meant by that, because I told you I'm winging this crap. Okay, so prompt 6, what deck is coming into my collection? That's the odd little oracle. You see the picture here. And the ones that are my unicorn decks that I would like to have, or that, yeah, okay. All right, let's go. What was the next question, Jack? Number 8, show some cards from a deck that brings you joy. Show some cards from a deck that brings you joy. That is a go-to easy reader deck. Something that lifts your spirits. Show some cards from a deck that brings you joy. So I'm going to go with the Baraka Tarot. Again, this is just a major arcana. And show some cards that bring me joy. The Temperance card. I find her stunning. Let's see. I adore this High Priestess. The Judgment card, I find stunning. These are cards that bring me joy. And surprisingly, this Tower card brings me joy. Tower is just like a crashing moment, something drastic is about to happen. And this seems like this is a Tower moment by choice. Like she's creating this moment for herself. That's what it seemed like there. Like, it looked like homegirl swan died off this building. That's what it just like. She chose her own destiny. That's what I see when I saw that. Okay, so the second part of the question, a deck that's an easy reader. Yeah, I can go ahead and show y'all Cosmic Cycles because I believe it is a easy reader for me. No, I'll use that last. The Fin de Soleil Kipper deck. This is without a doubt an easy read for me. From the day that I began working with these cards, I have been able to read perfectly. I get the most precise readings. My querents are so shocked at the amount of information or knowledge that comes from this Kipper deck. It's usually very accurate. It's not tarot. But this is the one that's an easy read for me, along with my Everyday Witch Tarot. And the reason why I'm not showing you that right now is because I'm working with it behind me, and I just sat there for days putting those decks in numerical and chronological order, and I don't want to mess it back up. Then for the deck, this is all still part of the same question, something that lifts my spirits, and that's definitely this deck here. Cosmic Cycles Tarot. I keep the thank you card. This was a thank you from the creator to people who bought the deck. I keep that in the reading when I do readings because that's my gratitude card. 2 wands. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Show some cards from a deck that makes you feel warm and comfy. A deck that you would use for deeper reading, but it makes you happy every time you see it. A deck that makes me feel warm and comfy. I don't think I have one. I do not have a deck that makes me feel warm and comfy. Um, hmm. I'm looking around. Warm and comfy. I mean, I have a deck that just makes me feel giddy. No, not really. Yeah, I don't have a warm and comfy deck. One that I would use for deeper readings, but it makes you happy every time you see it. A deck I would use for deeper readings, but makes me happy every time I see it. Again, this wouldn't be a tarot deck. It's the astrology deck. When I use decks that incorporate astrology, the zodiac signs, the planetary houses and alignments, I tend to give more serious readings on it, more detailed readings, try to get deeper into the zygoid. I don't even know if that's a real word. I just am saying it. But just, I don't know, something about this deck, it just makes me happy to see it. Maybe because it's the design of it, gold gilding. Y'all know how I love gold gilding. Fifth houses. It's very simplistic, but at the same time, I get a lot from it. So, yeah, that's what I would have to say. Okay, so next thing is pull a card or multiple cards from the last deck to give a parting message to everyone. I used 3 decks from the last one. I don't have a deck that's going to make me... Oh, I guess it would be this one because this is the deck that makes me feel... Pull a card or multiple cards to give a message to everyone. All right, here we go. Message to everyone. Everyone who is tapped into this video. These may not necessarily be your zodiac signs or in your planetary houses, but this is just simply a message for you based off of the cards that I have here before me. First card is Cancer Caretaker. Jupiter Abundance. And Sun Expression. Okay. So there's 3 cards I'm pulling for you. Get it all back in the box here. All right, so we got the Cancer. That usually when I talk about Cancer people, which I am a Cancer moon, it deals with how we emotionally respond to a lot of things. Sometimes Cancers can seem to be overly sensitive, but we are very intuitive when it comes to things that we are sensitive about. And we tend to look out for others, okay? With the Jupiter in abundance, it deals with like your expansion. It deals with your growth. I think Sagittarius and Pisces is represented by the Jupiter. What else is we dealing with here? Education, generosity, which kind of falls with the caretaker. And then we have the Sun for expression. And then usually the Sun represents you. So the message that I really want to give to here for you is to take, and I'm going to be very kind of literal, take abundant care of yourself. That's the message that I just want to give with these 3 cards. Be kind to yourself, love yourself, care about yourself in such an abundant way, an abundant manner. In that way, any darkness that you may have that is lingering inside of your soul, inside of your mind, it's going to be outshined by the sun of you. You are the sun. You don't dim your light for others. Don't take care of others so much that your light begins to dim. when you take care of yourself, and this is, I guess, been a overall topic through a lot of the cards that I pulled. When you take care of yourself, you can show up for others in the best way possible. So that's the message I have for you today, is to take care of yourself more abundantly. Okay? Give a damn about yourself more than you do others. And it's okay to be selfish in that regard. So sometimes people do so much for other people. They're always looking out for other people, and then they turn around and look back like, but who was the one that was there for me? Yeah, take care of yourself. All right. Thank you, Jack Greenwood, for this tag. And if you want to do this tag, make sure you tag me and Jack in the video as well. And I hope to see it soon. Peace.